Good morning, YouTube. It is Trev. So, back to Terra Classic. I want to read for you. Bring you there. So this was posted by Lunkburn Army, and it is just what it says: the after action review of version 1.1.0 upgrade for the Terra Classic chain. We know that it took a little longer than what was anticipated, and I guess some people have tried to say it was this, tried to say it was that. So Lunkburn Army here tries to pretty much kind of spell out exactly what happened, and this may or may not have been co-written by Ed Kim. There was some little piece at the end that alludes to, thank you for the synopsis or whatever, but we'll get to that. It's a 5-minute read, and I read a little slower than that, so let me try to get through this as fast as I can. This is basically just for those of you who don't normally go to Medium or maybe have access to it, although I think anybody can get it. Okay, so this document outlines the actions taken by the Layer 1 Task Force during the V110 upgrade and provides a synopsis of major events. L2 issues and bug fixes are out of scope for the L1 team, so they have not been factored into this review. All wallet providers and L2 apps are required to conduct their own due diligence to ensure their product will function correctly on the new upgrade version of Classic Core, and to provide timely updates and patches to their user communities. The V1.1.0 upgrade. On March 1st, 2018 UTC, the Terra Classic blockchain went through a scheduled upgrade to version V1.1.0. This was the first time in the history of this blockchain that the chain utilized the software upgrade proposal governance method that has become standard in the Cosmos SDK. 234, within 14 minutes we were at the border of 67% voting power. Consensus in the chain passed the required voting power and produced block 11734001. Now remember, the chain was halted at 11734000 so that this upgrade could actually be conducted. We waited for it to get moving again once we reached 67% voting power. However, in the subsequent block, the chain was not able to reach consensus, and you can look through all this stuff here if you have any idea what that is. Okay, as noted in the consensus round, see first column in the image with the shrug emoji. Their validators were proposing a different hash than the rest of the validator set in block 11734002. The error was the following, and this spells it out in, whatever language. At this point, we remained in consensus round for the next 8 hours. We attempted to debug the issue in several ways. First, we believed a non-determinism could have caused by different versions of Go. This had been brought up several days before the upgrade that the only officially supported version of Golang was Go 1.18. whatever. During the consensus round, we asked all those using a different version of Golang to install the supported version. In hindsight, this was not a problem, although it is good that we are all on the same page. Second, as nodes started to go offline to restart, many nodes began to lose peers. We entered a stage where the necessary voting power dropped from our 67% threshold down to the 30 to 40 voting power online. To address this, we transformed one of our developers' nodes to a persistent peer to ensure that everyone could discover everyone else. During this discovery period, we noted that there were several strange peers connected to our network, including nodes with chain IDs of Osmosis and Phoenix. We purged and offered an update address book JSON at this time. That's highlighted, and I have the question: what exactly does that mean? Were those nodes that were on the Terra Classic network that shouldn't have been there? How did they get there? I wonder if anything else was discovered about that, or it sounds like a big deal to me, but I don't know. It might not be. I'll find out for you. Third, as nodes disconnected to try different things like updating address books, adding peers, restarting Terad, the consensus module on nodes that were connected to some of these nodes froze. We determined this was the case for several machines using curl localhost 26657 consensus state became unresponsive. Simply stopping and starting Terad was not able to bring the consensus state back online. The only solution to unfreeze the consensus module was to resync from a snapshot. Autostake Validator shared a snapshot and resync instructions at the upgrade height that allowed for a fast resync response for frozen validators. This ultimately allowed us to reach 67% voting power around 10 a.m. UTC March 1st. That was a long one. How could we have reached consensus on block 11734001 but not on 002? The answer was discovered by Lord Inature during the upgrade process and brought to light by user AE. So he says, hey, silly mistake for me, for others to learn from if they do something similar. If you use system D and you've put WASM libraries in chain-specific folders, and if you build Terad on a different machine, make sure you actually copy over the WASM lib and set the LD library path or risk an app hash error. So this is what he did. All right, we confirmed that using the wrong version of libwasm VM .so produced the correct app hash for block 11734001, but wrong app hash for 002. This explains how the chain could have started and then immediately halted again. This was confirmed manually by compiling Terad with the version 16.6 instead of the required 0.16.7 as shown below. And again, with more programming stuff that not everybody's going to understand, but okay. Okay, so could a mismatched tag or using Terad with a different commit hash cause this problem? No. Now, I'm assuming that this was something that some people are saying, so it's addressed here. No. It is confirmed that running Terad with the wrong commit hash would not have produced the correct block hash for 001, and thus was not a reason for the chain halt. More programming stuff. Okay, what could we have done better? What could have been done better? Sorry. Unfortunately, the problem could not have been predicted a priori. In hindsight, the best approach would have been to have everyone wait longer before trying to find a solution. The act of restarting nodes in response to the false start caused the upgrade to break down in the short term. If we had waited, as more validators would have come online, we would have eventually passed consensus again, as only a small minority of the voting power had the libwasm VM issue. Hold on, let me shut this down for a second here. That's making way too much noise. Okay, what can be done better during the next upgrade? Well, in an ideal scenario, all validators would run validator node. That run a validator node would also run a validator node on our test net, allowing for a full staging environment for the Columbus 5 mainnet. This would allow the L1 team, as well as all validators, to simulate the entire upgrade process from end to end, including purposely introducing non-supported elements into the upgrade process, i.e. incorrect versions of Golang. However, a validator testnet with the entire validator set will not be available for the next upgrade. The team has confirmed that this is not a reason to delay the Tendermint or Cosmos SDK upgrades. So we talked about this in the live stream that we did with Zaradar, Lunkburn Army, and Jared from TFL, how it would be advantageous if, as many as possible, preferably all, but as many as possible validators would actually be on the testnet as well. That way they could run a rehearsal, right? Run the whole thing through. How likely that is to happen or how realistic it is that would happen, we don't know right now. they don't think it's realistic at all for the next maybe couple upgrades. Hopefully, we can get as many as possible in the testnet before the WASM upgrade, right? And they discussed some various options for, potentially incentivizing or helping out validators who want to get in the testnet. I'm not sure exactly where we've come with that. We do have a meeting tomorrow. Maybe it'll come up. If so, I'll let you know about it then. But if you are a validator and you have the ability to get on the testnet, or if you'd like to get on the testnet but maybe need a little help, I would say reach out to Lunkburn Army and see if there's anything that they can do to help you do that, because it would really help out everything, really, going forward. Realize that all of these updates and upgrades going forward, Zaradar has said it is just the way it is now. They're all going to be chain halting events. We obviously want to get the chain up and running ASAP. We see what happened last time. It halted. Nobody could do anything with their assets. And every time that happens, you can't do anything with your assets until it gets running again. And then sometimes there's little bugs afterwards with maybe some L2 stuff or whatever. It's a bit of catch up. So if they can run through this with all the validators, like I said, a dressed rehearsal, right? Man, that would really solve a lot of problems. But we'll see how it goes. Okay. In the immediate future, the team will apply the following lessons learned for the next upgrade: obtain commitment from a significant number of validators comprising greater than 67% voting power to upgrade immediately at the time of chain halt, and strongly encourage all other validators to do the same. Wait and take no action until it has been fully confirmed that the required voting power has been exceeded. Continue to test the upgrade on several different validator configurations. And finally, enhance the testnet to include some additional validators prior to the next upgrade. The L1 task force will be provisioning some extra testnet validators for this purpose using Linode and AWS resources. So that's good to know. Conclusion. The blockchain was successfully upgraded to version 1.1.0 on March 1st, 2023. The lessons learned from this upgrade will be applied to the remaining Q1 in-scope upgrades, which will all proceed as planned with their original scheduled timelines. Thank you, Ed Kim, for providing the written synopsis. This is what I was talking about for the V1.1.0 upgrade, and to all the other L1 team members for contributing to the lessons learned. Okay, so, all right. I love that. Lunkburn Army as well as Frag, and sometimes you'll get stuff from Ed, sometimes you'll get stuff from Zaradar. They like to keep everybody updated as best they can with these nice, officially written and clear and concise Medium articles. If you have the ability to get on Medium, I know that if you're not subscribed to Medium, I think they'll only let you read 3 articles a week or something like that. I'm not sure what it is, right? But if you're actually subscribed to it, and I don't think it's that expensive, maybe $5 a month or whatever, you can read as many as you want, okay? So I encourage you to do that to keep up to date on everything that's going on. I also am on Medium, and not everything. It's Trev Reacts, and it's medium.com at SINERGY, and not everything here has to do with stocks and crypto and stuff like that. I mean, I've got a bunch of random things that I've written because really it's just fun for me, But I think that, you might enjoy some of this stuff. So if you want to send me a follow there, feel free to do so. In the meantime, if you could hit the like button on your way out. If you're not subscribed to the channel, feel free to do so. And after the meeting tomorrow, I'm sure that I'll put out another update video. We're kind of late on we usually do the sprint planning meeting on the Monday that it starts, but there was a lot of in real life stuff going on for some of the guys, so we postponed it a little bit, but I will get that update out to you ASAP. In the meantime, you know that you can go to the GitHub and see what's going on yourself too, right? Okay, I will talk to y'all later. Ciao.